back with another Savage stream. Thanks to everyone tuning in and liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Well, commenting on the videos, subscribing to my channel. You guys are like freaking awesome and rock stars around here. Hopefully everyone's doing well. In this video, let's see what we're going to talk about. If you ever wondered what kind of profits you could expect through mining crypto, this is a question that we're getting a lot on our channels, like, you know, different YouTubers that do crypto mining type content. We're getting hit up with a lot of the is it profitable kind of stuff, and this type of video is going to lay that out and what you should be thinking about and show you what you should be thinking about, and might give you a little bit of insight. But don't be, don't look at it, I don't know what the right terminology would be, but, or the right phrase, but don't expect these types of profits to just go on forever, because it does not work like that. Forewarned is forearmed. And I can tell you a real quick little story. I remember, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I think it was at the beginning of 2018 is whenever I saw the story. So there was this couple that getting ready to retire. They basically put all their money into mining rigs, and they were really thinking that that was going to be their go-to retirement plan, was to mine Ethereum or mine cryptocurrencies, and that was going to be their income. And then look at what happened right after that in 2018, right? That was the start of a 3-year bear market. So I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if I haven't seen like an article about them or anything like that, but just keep in mind that that is what can happen, right? So mining is like a long-term play. It's not a get rich quick kind of thing. You should not look at it like that. It's the long game. It's the long game. Now, with some cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, our long game is being messed with a little bit now because of proof of stake coming up, potentially EIP 1559. There's some other things that are at play. So Ethereum profitability, Ethereum mining is eventually going to go away unless they do something really out of the box and have like a hybrid chain where there's a portion that's proof of work and a portion that's proof of stake. I don't think they're going to do that. I'm just saying that that could be possible. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent like I always do. But it is nice to see like other projects. This is something that I've noticed recently, or most everybody that goes to What to Mine has probably noticed it also. But there are other projects that are actually creeping up on, especially like if you use like one of our rigs, like the Dagobah. It's a 8 by 5XR80. Wow, I just made up my own GPU there, guys. RX 580. It's 8 RX 580, and you can see that projects like Ravencoin are actually creeping up on the profitability of Ethereum. Now, right now, it's like it's out of reach, right? Like you're on this rig, you're probably not going to see Ravencoin ever get up to where Ethereum is. I mean, maybe, but it's just not likely before Ethereum probably goes all the way away from proof of work mining. But yeah, so it's nice to see these projects like this creeping up there. Yeah, good to see. And I like Ravencoin a lot. Of course, Ravencoin's only pumped about 835% in the past couple weeks. Actually, it was probably just the last week, so that's crazy. But that explains why it's up here at the top of profitability. And it's so awesome that they went to CawPow, because now it's good on both NVIDIA and AMD GPUs. All around solid project, good stuff coming from them. So not from them, but from the Ravencoin community. So that's good to see. I'm glad. I'm happy. I do not have enough Ravencoin, that is for sure. So yeah, depending on your hardware, you know, there's different projects besides Ethereum that you might be able to mine once Ethereum goes completely proof of stake, or if EIP 1559 wrecks the profitability, or if we see some other event that causes Ethereum profitability to go down a lot. So just things to keep in mind. We're seeing, you know, like a lot of new miners in the space, So going over how to calculate profitability can pay off really big when things aren't all sunshine and rainbows like they are right now. When there's a narrow profitability margin, then those are the times when knowing all these little details matter. You know, your power costs and how you calculate it all out. But lucky for us, at least lately, there's a wide margin between profitability and zero profits this month because, I mean, good grief, this has been a great few months for mining. Like, you don't even have to really worry. I see people bringing up 1050s and 970s, and there's all kinds of stuff that's still that's profitable today just simply because the value is so high. They might be not efficient, right? You're paying a lot for electricity, but you can still essentially make money with even super old GPUs these days. So it doesn't take a lot to be profitable right now. And I don't think that that's going to last forever. It's not wise to think like that. You've got to plan for all the contingencies that might happen here. But before we get going too much, I don't look at chat while I'm streaming too often because I'll get super distracted. But before we get started, if you're looking to stay up to date on promising proof of work crypto projects and some other crypto mining and networking how-tos and some troubleshooting and all kinds of cool stuff, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell, like this video, share this video, and leave a comment down below letting me know what projects you are mining or are interested in. I'm always curious what you guys are doing out there. I'm gonna check the chat real quick just to make sure that sound and stuff is good. I don't want to get distracted. Hey, what's up, Max Voltage? What's up, Jacksonville E-Riders? Ooh, I could probably do a whole video on the Coinbase IPO. Roman Coin Empire, what is up in crypto? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Awesome, thanks so much. All right, let's get back to the topic here. So something else you can do is you can let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see me do in the future. So like if you comment, you know, say, hey, could you maybe do a video like this or something along those lines, because sometimes I can actually accommodate it. For example, somebody asked in a comment on another video and was like, hey, is it possible to mine, it was some HiveOS video that I did, is it possible to mine multiple coins on one rig? And then like magic, I did it on the live stream that same night. So occasionally I can accommodate things like that. And it was just something that I thought was kind of unique, you know, being able to do something like that for someone. It was almost like an on-demand video. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to start doing that. I'm just saying that in that case, I was able to. So it was kind of cool to do that. Let me turn that off. All right, so let's get to this month's actual breakdown, profitability breakdown. Don't want this video to go too long, so I want to get cooking here. On June 19th of last year, we changed the co-owned rigs over to NiceHashOS. I'll explain the co-owned rigs in a minute. This is actually the 8th month that we've been on NiceHashOS. And we've had quite a few months of really decent profits, and as you would expect in today's market, the way things are going lately. These co-owned rigs have several owners. Basically, it's kind of, for the most part, it's a GPU hosting situation in a lot of ways, although the actual other supporting hardware, motherboards, memory, processor, frame, all that stuff is also co-owned. It's not just the GPUs. Although there are instances where some of the owners actually do own just a GPU, as far as like what the actual value that they put into the rig was. So yeah, so a few years ago, a few of us put some money together and bought all the parts to build a couple of 8 GPU mining rigs. So basically for the co-owned situation here, in my house, there's 16 GPUs. They're all RX 580s, and we call the group of us is called Block Ring. Do with that what you will. other than normal troubleshooting, it's like this past month, it's been a really good month with near 100% uptime. If I show you the workers here, it's these two workers right here, Dagobah and Mustafar. And you can see they've both been up. I had to reboot them, 6 days ago or whatever. I don't remember why. I probably did a OS upgrade or something, but this is uptime. This is pretty solid, 6 days, 10 hours, nonstop. So that's a good thing, because whenever I first started here at the house, the new place here, I was having all kinds of problems with connectivity and stuff. So this has been really nice to be, especially during this time, whenever the profits are so high. Whenever the profits are low, you don't really worry that much about taking a rig offline and doing maintenance or whatever. Right now, I don't want to touch a cable. I don't want to touch anything, because I don't want to reconfigure nothing. I don't want to touch the rigs, because the profitability is so high that, any downtime is significant, right? So it's kind of funny, but 6 days running solid, no real problems, other than normal stuff. I didn't have to replace any Gigabyte fans this month, but I do have one that is needing a replacement. It's wobbling. It's not really in too bad a shape, but it does have a nice wobble to it. It's still working. It's just wobbling. I already ordered and received the replacement fan. I'll probably be doing that sometime this week, replacing the fan on that one GPU. So what are we mining with these two rigs? Well, we're doing NiceHash, and I'll explain why I'm doing NiceHash. I know that some people hate on NiceHash, but there's a pretty good reason in my book as to why I'm doing it this way. With the co-owned rigs, you see the rigs that I own. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing NiceHash with them. But so you see here, these are the two rigs. I can click on them and show you the hardware and all that stuff, so you kind of get an idea of what's going on with each one. They are pretty much identical rigs, except for the GPUs. The GPUs are different on both rigs. One has ASRock, one has Gigabyte. I don't know, was that the one I clicked on first? Anyway, but they're all RX 580s, so that's kind of what matters. And if you look at what to mine, you know that for AM, and I kind of already did this, but if you go to what to mine and you look at RX 580s, and even NVIDIA GPUs nowadays, the NiceHash, ETHash algo is usually at the top or near the top. So sometimes it flips with Ethereum, depending on what is going on Ethereum. Like sometimes Ethereum will spike as far as fees, transaction fees goes, like really high, super high. Then it'll flip NiceHash and it'll be number one. But oftentimes they're really close. So what I've done is just left it on NiceHash, and for multiple reasons, not just that reason, but so this is working out really well the way that this is going. Sometimes, like I said though, sometimes ETH, you get those spikes where there's just a lot of transaction history, or a lot of transactions on the network, and the fees go through the roof. Then it will actually be at the top. But for simplicity, I leave it on NiceHash for now. So some things that we have to kind of keep an eye on with Ethereum. We are seeing some really heavy increases in hash rate, which adds to the difficulty, which makes mining less profitable. But luckily, right now, all this this is like the coolest thing about blockchain technology, is all this is like it all works together and to equal out, right? So because the value of ETH has gone up so much, more people are mining, which makes the difficulty go up, which makes the hash rate go, well, they don't correlate, but I'm just saying, overall, you're going to make the hash rate go up, the difficulty go up when more people are mining, right? And then if this can keep going in that direction, if the value of ETH continues to rise. Now, if you start seeing like you get a 30% pullback on ETH, then probably pretty quickly you're going to see something kind of related with hash rate and all that stuff, because people will start pulling potentially, depending on the overall profitability in the mining, arena there, they'll start shutting their rigs down or not mining anymore or whatever they're doing. And so it's really, it's like this, it's almost like a living organism, the way you kind of have to look at it. It's a living and breathing thing that, gets pulled in different directions depending on what is actually going on. So that value increase, the value increase was, in my opinion, it's going to be some corporations, some institutions, whatever you want to call them, getting involved with ETH as well. We've seen some talk of that. We've seen some, announcements, whatever you want to call them, where that has happened, and it makes perfect sense, because if they're interested in Bitcoin, then why wouldn't they be interested in Ethereum if they can either get somebody to stake it for them or stake it themselves, however they do it in those big corporations? Why wouldn't they do that and gain that guaranteed income, right? The rewards from staking. So anyway, I think as time goes on, you're going to see more of that. I don't know what's going to happen with the value of ETH. There's a lot of things that are in work. I mentioned earlier EIP 1559. There's a ton of things that we don't know. It's all simulated stuff. All the data that we have is all simulated, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Like this whole NFT thing could come crashing down. The non-fungible tokens, that artwork thing that's going on right now, that could come crashing down. The swap market, the yield farming and all that stuff could end, in some way, or at least decrease in transactions, decrease in I forget, I'm not going to come up with a good word. Decrease in I was going to say proliferation, but that's not right. Anyway, all right, my vocabulary is like all right, so anyway, just decrease in usage. Okay, so decrease in overall exposure, to the market, and that could affect Ethereum value as well, right? All these things, all these factors work together, and it's fascinating to watch that happen. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. Let's get going here. So yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye on the hash rate, the difficulty, and the fees. So like for the fees, we are not really even touching what happened last year as far as compare. Now this chart, this is another cool thing about blockchain and the values and stuff. This chart is not talking about the value, right? So like if you look at this is the fee chart, and this is how much Ether, the fee was, the transaction fees were back here, and you can see that they were actually more, but from a value standpoint, back in September, it was less than over here by a lot, right? Because the value of Ethereum has increased so much during this time. So if you're looking at it as USD value, then this transaction, even though it looks a whole lot more, right, that on that day, is actually less than even this one over here, value-wise. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And whenever I say value, I mean like the USD value of it. So those are some things that we are going to be keeping our eye on with Ethereum. Why do I mention Ethereum? Because we're mining ETH hash here, so we have to pay attention to that. We're selling our ETH hash mining power or hash rate to NiceHash, so we kind of have to keep an eye on what Ethereum is doing, because that's going to tell us what our rigs are going to do for that month. So I showed you the rigs in Hive. Now let's look at the spreadsheet. So I do have a spreadsheet. It's a Google Sheet. And this Google Sheet kind of breaks down the owners of each rig. You got Mustafar over here, Dagobah over here. I just listed all the hardware here. You can see that they are identical except for the GPUs. So if you want to look at what Mustafar looks like, this is Mustafar right here. And this is these are the ASRock Phantom Gaming X RX 580s. And then you got, find video on Dagobah. So this is Dagobah. This is an old video of Dagobah. It looks pretty much the same right now. It's just not in the garage like that anymore. But that is Dagobah with the horrible gigabyte fans, and yeah, this rig is like my nemesis. So that's what the rigs look like. Now they're stacked in they're all together in the vault right here behind me. And that's what's going on now. I've added some information down here, or some calculations down here. So once we determine how much we have earned for the month, I'll plug those numbers in here for each rig, and then it'll automatically tell how much BTC is owed to that person. Now, I'm not going to put names on here or anything like that, but I'm drawing this information from somewhere else, so I know like owner 1 and owner 2. I know who they are in real life. So I just put this down here so you can see what I'm doing whenever I split this out based on the rigs and how much each owner owns of the rig, what percentage, and then how much they get from what we earn. So that's that part. Now, as far as like the monthly report, this is what I use to calculate all the profitability, the electric, what is owed for electric, all the cool stuff. So let's go through this, because this is where this is the meat and potatoes of the whole thing here. But first, let's go over here to our NiceHash dashboard. So this is Mustafar. Let's start with Dagobah. And I do have them split out because there's different owners for each rig. And initially we were doing like everybody, just splitting them evenly, but I like to get as granular as what makes sense, and having all the rigs combined like that just really didn't make a lot of sense, because, for example, I mentioned Dagobah. Dagobah's got fan problems. It's always giving me problems booting, whatever. It's a mess, and most of the owners don't own any part of Dagobah, technically, right? So they own more of Mustafar, which is a rock solid rig. Never have any problems out. Turn it on, it just works. Dagobah, not so much. So I felt that it wasn't necessarily fair to do it the way. So I've got them split out now, separate. So it makes much more sense. All right, so we are going to do a withdrawal here, and as you can see, now what I do is every month we break this down like this, and I withdraw all of the earned BTC out of NiceHash and into a Zelcore wallet. So the Zelcore wallet is what we actually transfer out to, okay? And this is just left over from last month, honestly. I haven't distributed everything because the fees were so high, right? So I can show you that real quick, how the fees are still pretty high for transferring Bitcoin. And whenever you're not transferring a whole lot, like to transfer $113, it costs $11. Now, I did see something that I might actually do to lessen this, because what I do is I withdraw to this wallet here. This is the block ring wallet, and from here I send it to each owner, right? So I break it out from here. But what I noticed over here in NiceHash, if I go to mining, actually if I go to the wallet here, I'm going to go to withdraw the Bitcoin. You can see there's 0.0179, and if you can do math really quick in your head and you know the value of Bitcoin, you know about what that amount is, which is pretty good. It is actually $1,007 from an RX 580 rig in 1 month. That's sick. That is so sick. The cards are over 3 years old. I mean, these guys that have like new GPUs, like a RX, like a RTX 3060 Ti or 3070. I mean, they're making, I don't even know the numbers, but I think that they're making like $2,000 or $3,000 a month, depending on, like let's say they had, if they had 8 of them, I would imagine it's probably about $2,000. I don't know. I could be like totally wrong. We could go and look, but I don't want to waste too much time here. So I'm going to go, this is the wallet. So I'm going to double check here to make sure. Oh, that's funny. It says pay in the middle of it. That's nice. So I'm gonna go and double check that address real quick. I mean, I plugged it in myself, so I know that copying and pasting, so I think it should be good. Looks good to me. So I'm gonna go, and this never works on the live stream because it's not gonna happen fast enough for me to actually do the distribution, but we can at least look at it. So this is what I was noticing. There is to get this out of here, out of NiceHash and into the Zelcore wallet, it's only $3.10. So what I was thinking was, what I might do is create the other addresses for the different owners and just withdraw straight from here to their wallets, right? And that way, I don't know if maybe let's see here. Let's go 0.005, see if that changes. Yeah, see, so even the lower amounts, look at how much difference it is. So that's only 237. So I might do that. We're not going to do it this time, but if the fees continue to be super high like they are right now, you saw what it was in Zelcore, right? And it's probably just I don't know how I would have to investigate how they actually get cheaper fees like that. They do have their own pool and all that, so I think that probably has something to do with it, because they're able to put what transactions they want to in the block. But maybe that's what it is. It's probably just that they're closer to the closer to the blockchain. They're getting the block added on their own, I guess, is the way to look at it. So maybe that's why the fees are so low. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and withdraw this. Let's see, use max. We're going to do that this time, but I might actually do that next month. I might create the addresses and withdraw it that way if the fees continue to be so high. So we're doing that. All right, and then we're going to we'll go ahead and do Mustafar as well. Mustafar made a little bit more, 1,058. All right, so there's that. So we've done some withdrawals there. That's probably what that notification was. Yeah, that's from NiceHash. Okay. All right, let me check the chat, make sure everything's okay over here. What's going on, guys? Yeah, smash that like. Thanks, Red Panda. Crypto Badel, the replacement fans I just get from Amazon, and they're not gigabyte and they don't last forever or anything, but they're cheap. $20 for 2 fans. I probably should focus on getting better quality fans, but right now I just get those. All right, so we did the withdrawal. So let's go over here. All right, I need to switch back to Dagobah. We're going to do Dagobah first. I know I'm going long here, but that's okay. $37 a day. Woo. All right, so I'm going to copy what's in here now. Oh, I was wondering why it was like that, because normally up there it was the USD value. I must have clicked down here at some point, messed it up. All right, so let's go over here. All right. I need to, because I already withdrew it, what can I do here? I want to copy that, but it won't let me. All right, so I'm gonna go and plug this in. 0179. Bear with me a minute. 0.0179. $3488. All right, so there's the amount that Dagobah mined in BTC. The way that NiceHash works is they pay you in BTC. You're not mining BTC. We were selling our Ethereum ETH hash hash rate and hash power, and they pay us, they being NiceHash, pay us in BTC. So that's the way, that's why it's in BTC. So we have to go and look at what BTC is worth at the moment, value wise, and we're going to go with 57,097.60. Look at this. Last month, 34,000. This month, 57,000. That's insane. All right, so we got the total value in USD. We know that that's about right, right? If we went over here, yeah, it's 1,015. A little bit off there, but that's okay. Let's see here. And that's probably just because of a variance in where NiceHash is getting its value from and where we got it from. Like, I doubt they're not using CoinGecko, okay, to get their Bitcoin value, and we are. So that's probably why. All right. So now we got that. Now we have to look at the power use, and this is what a lot of noobs overlook. You have to worry about your power. So on the power side, I pay 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour. That's how much I pay. Residential. And some people, like, I wish that there was a way, this has to be a thing, and I'm going to investigate it further, but I know that there's some programs out there where you can actually buy blocks of power, for example, from a third party, and you know, get it a little bit cheaper. But anyway, that's a whole other video. I think that I want to say that Max Voltage did a video on that too. Anyway, so look at this comparison here from last month to this month. 447 last month, 1,024 this month. That's insane. All right, so let's get. I keep going back to that. All right, so what I do to monitor the power, okay, is I have on these two rigs, they each have, let me see if I can bring that up again. Let's see. You can see down there, there's one desktop power supply, and then back in the back there is a server PSU. So there's two power supplies on each of these rigs. They're very very close in hardware wise, right? But long story short, they have two power supplies. So I use, in order to monitor the power, I use these right here. This HS110 from TP-Link. They're smart Wi-Fi smart plugs with energy monitoring. So it actually documents the energy usage, which is what I need. I need to know how much is used each month in order for me to calculate properly how much is owed for power, right? So anyway, now what sucks is these are no longer available. If you do find them, they are drastically overpriced. Okay, I got these for, I want to say a pair was $30, and I think right now I've seen them go for over $100 for a pair. I think you might be able to pick some up on eBay for like 80 bucks or something, but it's still way overpriced. I think that they just quit making them or something, so there's like a real shortage. I don't know what happened. I guess I got lucky and I got enough to support the two co-owned rigs so that we can monitor the power. Now, there are obviously other ways of doing this. I like to be precise, and this is very precise. That's just the way I do that type of thing. Because, you know, you could look over here, and as long as you have your stuff set up right with your extra power, you know, because like what's shown in here, the power draw is not going to be the total system power draw. This is just for the GPU right here. So you have to get in there and plug in how much the system draws from the wall at idle, so that you know what your motherboard, memory, CPU, hard drive, all that stuff consumes in addition to the GPUs. And I have made that modification, so you can see over here that it's probably pretty close. We'll check it if I remember. We'll check that in a minute. Anyway, so this HS110 actually has an app, and that's how I kind of keep track of stuff. So let's look at it here. So this is the app, and you can see I've already got it open, but you can see Dagobah, this is the server PSU, the main PSU, the desktop PSU, and then you got other rigs, and then most of far down there at the bottom. So we're gonna do the main PSU first. Click on that, and then there's a little energy button down here at the bottom right hand corner. So then you get to see, okay, this is only the desktop PSU. It's currently consuming 329. I think there's 2 GPUs actually plugged into that desktop PSU. So it's 329. That's what it's drawing right now for the last 30 days. See right there, it says 30 days. So at 30 days, it has consumed 188 kilowatt hours. It seems kind of low, but I'm looking at the previous month, and that looks about right. So if we go back over here to the spreadsheet, I'm going to plug in 188. All right, so now we have to go back to the energy monitoring tool. We need to look at the server PSU, this guy right here. And yeah, you can control the thing, like if you need to hard reboot it, all that stuff, you can do that from this app. It's like a hard power cycle right there. Pretty cool if you look into it. If you're able to get them, they are definitely worth it if you're doing something like this. Pretty neat. So the current power is 946. That's like the rest of the GPUs. Everybody that's got like 30 series cards are going, golly, man, you're consuming a lot of power. Yeah, but these cards are 3 years old. So, 4 years old actually. So the total consumption for the month, the past 30 days right there, is 685. So we're going to plug that into the spreadsheet. 685. And then the total should populate there. Nope, I didn't do that calculation in there right. Let me get this fixed real quick. Thought I'd already done it. Thanks for subscribing. I can't see your name, but thanks whoever that was that just became a subscriber. Appreciate it. And somebody else as well. It might be the same person. Thanks so much. All right, let's see here. All right, yeah, it did add those up. So the total kilowatt hours for the month. There's like all kinds of people just subscribing. Appreciate it, guys. Really do. So we're looking at 873. So if you compare it to like the previous month, you can tell we probably had a little bit. Am I getting like sub bombed or something? Good grief. Yeah, so you can see that it probably had a little bit more uptime, right? Yeah, I'm definitely getting sub bombed by somebody. I wonder who's doing that. I can't see. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. I wish I could see. Adam Gaming, okay. Thanks for the subscription. All right, so let's keep pressing on here. Somebody, maybe it's Red Panda. I don't know. I don't know who's doing this. Sending a bunch of people over here. All right. Let's see. So yeah, 10 cents. I'm just gonna have to put up with that. I know he did earlier today, but right now it's like this like 6 or 7 in a row here. So all y'all new subscribers, let me know where y'all are coming from, so I'll know who to thank. All right. So we got 873 was the total. You can see that there was a little bit more uptime if you compare it to last month, because Dagobah, I think there was a day that it was down. I rebooted it and it didn't come back up, and I had to troubleshoot some stuff, and I think I did a video on it or a quick update or something. I don't remember, but yeah, so a little bit more update, a little bit more uptime. And then you got the cost per kilowatt hour on 10.3 cents, and then the total electric cost was $90, because that's, if you do the math here, that's what it comes out to. So the total coins for electric, let me copy the formula from there, paste it there. Looks like it'll be Yeah, because the value, see, last month it was a lot more in BTC because the value was lower. So because the BTC value is higher, it's actually a lower, number here, right? So the total electric cost in coins and Bitcoin, because that's what I get to recoup or get reimbursed for as the power cost, is right here. So the net profit for the 30 days is $934 for a rig that is 3.5 years old. That's pretty sick. Total coins earned is right here. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to throw it on this other part over here. Paste it in here. So this was the total earned minus the power, right? That was already minus the power. I copied this amount right here. So that was already with the power subtracted. So that means this is how much each person is getting based on their percentage of ownership right here. So this makes it really easy whenever I go to send it out of the Zelcore wallet. I mean, look at that. So it's already hit the wallet. So whenever I go to send it out of here, then I know the exact amount in BTC, in sats, to actually send. So it makes things so much easier. All right, so that is Dagobah. No, yeah. Whoops, you know what? I did this backwards. Hang on. I did that totally backwards. All right, hang on. I messed up my sheet. Let's go 0. All right. There we go. All right, that's the way it should look. Yeah, I pasted it into the wrong one. This is Mustafar over here. This is Dagobah is this side. Mustafar is this side. So there we go. That's the way it'll break down. Same thing. It's just different breakdown. All right, so now let's look at Mustafar. Mustafar has multiple owners, not just me and one other person. So how much was mined in 30 days from Mustafar? Switch over here to Mustafar. I'm saying it wrong, I know. Mustafar. And then we need to get... Yay, it looks like it's going... Oh, they're going to let me copy this. So that's the amount, 1,069 that was withdrawn. So that's the amount that we earned. I mean, we're also up a day. We normally do this on the 20th. I wasn't able to do it last night because I was watching other videos. I was watching not Crypto on Hot Rods, DC Adventure with Christy on there and stuff. So that's why I didn't do the video last night or do the breakdown. Normally it's on the 20th, so we're getting an extra day this month built into the calculations. So it throws it off a little bit. I mean, if $30 or so, basically in this case. But it'll be all right. It'll just mean that next month it won't look as good, maybe. I don't know. It depends on what happens this coming up month, I guess, huh? All right, so we got that value copied, so we're going to paste that in here. And then we'll go with the same value so that we're consistent here. So this rig was earned 1,079 roughly, right? So now we have to look at this one's power usage. This is Mustafar. I got a new phone. Bear with me here. All right, so this is still Dagobah information here. So I'm gonna go back here. So now we got Mustafar down here, main PSU. That's the desktop PSU, ATX power supply. Go there, power, currently 311. Total for the past day, 30 days, past month is 227. So hopefully you can see how this allows me to get really accurate as far as power usage and what's owed and all that stuff owed back to me, for the electric. It's pretty precise if you look at it like this. So that is the desktop PSU. So let's go back. I'm going to choose the server PSU from Mustafar. So it's currently drawing 882. For the month was 630. So we're going to plug that into the sheet here, 630. So that shows us that this rig was was $88 in electric to run it for the month. Got to pull down some of these formulas here. So the total was right here. This line right here is the total for these two. It just adds those two up. So this rig earned, the profit after power cost was $990.79. This is how much gets distributed between all the owners. So that's what it'll look like. This part right here is going to make it super easy for me from now on. Before, I ain't gonna lie, I was messing this up. I was messing this up really bad because I was using USD values for everything. So what was happening is sometimes if I didn't get the transactions out fast enough, you know, and BTC's price went up or down, if I'm trying to send just a straight up USD value that I found through this spreadsheet and the calculations, then it's going to be different. It's going to be off than what is actually the situation. So then it took me a while to catch on. I'm like, why am I using USD value anyway? I should be using sats, because I have to send in sats. I have to send in Bitcoin. So it took me a few months to figure this out. I was like, you know, anyway, it's kind of funny. Funny story. Not sending in BTC, but sending in USD, or calculating everything in USD. So this makes it so much easier to do it this way. You guys that have been around a while definitely know that. That's better to talk in sats. All right, let's see here. What do we got left? I think that's it. We've already done, I mean, I could show you sending, but I don't want to expose people's addresses and stuff on here. So all I'm going to do, I can kind of walk through it a little bit. Go into the BTC here. And this person's address, this is actually me. So I would take this one. Now, in some cases, to cut down on fees, like for example, for me, like this is me right here. And then this is me over here. So I would add these two together and then also add in the power reimbursement. Then it will be easy. It'll be one transaction, right? Instead of multiple transactions. So that is, it'll help with the fees. But again, I might look at doing it a different way next month and breaking it down, or doing the withdrawals from within NiceHash so that the fees are lower. So we'll see. I mean, I really need to get all this out of this wallet so that we can get people paid here, get their profits distributed. And yeah, so I'm gonna look at a couple of different ways of doing this. But yeah, like right now it's crazy. Like the fees are just nuts. Like if someone, let's take a real example here. We go this right here. Is that right? 004, yeah. Wow. So 245, and then to send that 245, it's going to cost $11. Might not matter, but like let's say I could add in the other rig, which is about the same, right? So we'll go, you know, 0.8, something like that. Then you're still only talking $11. I think it doesn't change until you get maybe above. Let's find out here. Yeah, like once you pass 1,000, then it starts creeping up on you over here for the fees. I think the next big jump is like 6,000 or something. There's definitely a big jump in here somewhere. Maybe not. Oh, the last time I did this, man, I punched over 6,000 and it went to like $150 fee over here. So like right now it's not doing that, but that's cool. All right. So it looks like the maximum right now is 19 bucks. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. All right, I'm gonna check the chat and then we are going to get up out of here. And nobody's really tagging me, so that's good. I mean, not good, but I'm saying I haven't missed any questions. Doesn't look like. Answered the one question where I was tagged, so that's good. All right, let's see. I think, let's go, let me check something real quick here. Let's go and do a savage raid on Crypto Wendy O's channel. She's live right now talking. Looks like she's doing charts, I guess. I don't know what chart. I can't tell what chart it is. So let's do that. Let me post that link over there in chat. It's the Zelle Core wallet, Lance. So head over to Crypto Wendy O. She does charts analysis. She's not in mining per se, but she likes mining. But she's mainly just charts and stuff like that. So hit her up over there. Pop into her chat and do a savage raid. I am plugging that in right now. Let her know that coming from over here. All right, let's see here. Yeah, thanks, Saki, for tagging me. Yeah, hit up Crypto Wendy O's channel over there. I put the link in the chat, and I will see you guys over there. Hang out for a minute, talk some crypto some more, and look at some charts and stuff like she does. And I think that that's going to do it for me, guys. So if you found this was interesting or useful in any way, be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, all that cool stuff. You guys are awesome for hanging out and let me talk some crypto for a little while. It's always nice. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Miner Monday, so I'll be doing a tweet with the most profitable coins on my Twitter and tagging some folks in the crypto community that you should be following or watching. I'll do that tomorrow, and probably a video tomorrow night, a live stream again. Probably do the ETC profitability for the past week, kind of like this, but with ETC I've got a dedicated rig for Ethereum Classic, and we'll probably be going through that tomorrow night to see how we did this past week. Other than that, you guys stay safe, stay savage, all that cool stuff. See y'all tomorrow.